If the election is nullified and Tinubu appeals the decision, he will still be president. Welcome to ANT Nigeria News, where we bring you information and news. Please like, share, subscribe and be part of this platform. As we give you the full details, San Anodoke has come out to speak concerning the president-elect Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu will still hold the office of president if the 2023 election is declared invalid. According to Michael Anodoka, a former attorney general and minister of justice, the Labour Party camp was advised to keep its compassion and let the court handle their business by the senior advocate in an interview with Aris Television. Bola Tinubu needs to be sworn in on May 29. The tribunal is being urged to act quickly. Although this would be ideal, the legal ego ascended that it is not possible under the provision of the 1999 Constitution. The trial must start after 180 days have passed since the petition was filed. He pointed out, according to the statute of limitation, he stated that the National Assembly should be commended for having the amount of time between the election and the tribunal. He asserts that in the past, some presidential election petitions have taken up to 2 years to be resolved. If the constitutional mandate that a trial take place after 180 days has responded, I don't see any issue with that. The reason is that Bola Tinubu, the president-elect, will continue to hold office even if the election is declared invalid and he filed an appeal with the Supreme Court. As a result, we must allow the court some discretion in interpreting the Constitution as it was originally intended. Get everything decided in the court of first instance within 180 days as required by the Constitution. Pen and paper are being used by the judge to make their decision. Therefore, we must feel sympathy for the judge situation. The president has received several petitions. The number of petitions is somewhere between 3 and 4. And then to declare the pro to the taking of the oath of office. I am just not understanding it at all. When I was Attorney General, it took a few years to decide on a petition that contested the result of a presidential election. The National Assembly suggested to hold the presidential election. Tribunal in just 180 days makes sense in light of this. I think we should use discretion whenever possible, especially since this has already cut a year short. Says by former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Michael Anodoka. He has come out to speak his own mind on this case. According to him, he said Tinubu must be sworn in on the 29th. First, this man came out and backed up the Labour Party. Now he is coming back again to say that according to the Constitution of 1999, this whole issue has becoming another one. Anyway, even though we like it or not, Tinubu must be sworn in on the 29th because he is the elect president. Before Tinubu will leave the presidential seat, Peter Obi must win the case in court first. Already, he has been pronounced as the president-elect of Nigeria, either good or bad. Right now, I think that Peter Obi, the Labour Party, he's just too cool in this whole presidential election. I think Nigeria doesn't need this type of cool hand. After the election of 25th of February, youths that standed for Peter Obi, they said they want to call out for protest, but Peter Obi said no, everybody should be calm and still. Like if they could have called out for protest after the result came out that is Bola Tinubu that won the election, I believe by now things could have been changed. But since he said no, everybody should just be calm and peaceful, like youth are very angry right now towards Peter Obi because they said this is his right. Nigeria doesn't need a cool hand in an election like this, especially when you talk about the presidential election. Nigeria doesn't need a cool hand. But right now, this whole thing is becoming another thing else. For Peter Obi to go court and come back before the Supreme Court will not decide and everything, if care is not taken, one tenure will be out of it, which is 4 years. Tinubu will rule 4 years and waiting for another 4 years before this whole thing will settle. And this court case can even take another 8 years. We are talking about Nigeria here. We know how the whole things work. According to what San has said, he said, you know that the court, the Supreme Court, the judges, they are the one holding barrel and paper. So what does that mean? Yes, anything can easily happen. Anything can take place. They can easily take bribe. Everything is so possible in that country. Who is holding the barrel and the paper? Is it not judge? Is it not human? Is it not somebody that work with somebody? So I don't really know how this whole thing is going to come to an end, either good or bad, but we hope for good. So guys, just leave your thoughts, what you think. I will see you guys in our next video, and remain blessed.